The question of who would win in a war between NATO and Russia is sobering. It evokes the specter of nuclear annihilation, a chilling possibility since the atomic age. Mutually assured destruction posits that a nuclear exchange would obliterate both sides. The risk of direct warfare is low but not inconceivable. The Ukraine conflict reminds us of potential escalation. Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 rekindled fears of wider conflict. Understanding NATO and Russia's military strengths is crucial. This analysis explores the factors shaping a hypothetical conflict. The goal is to highlight the catastrophic consequences of military confrontation. Emphasis must remain on diplomacy, deterrence, and de-escalation. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, is a military alliance formed in 1949 in the aftermath of World War II. Its founding purpose was to deter Soviet expansionism in Europe, and to provide collective security against the perceived threat posed by the Soviet Union and its allies in the Warsaw Pact. At the heart of NATO lies Article 5 of the North Atlantic Treaty, which enshrines the principle of collective defense. This cornerstone of the alliance stipulates that an attack against one NATO member shall be considered an attack against all members. This collective security guarantee has been a cornerstone of European security for over 7 decades. NATO's membership has expanded significantly since its inception, growing from its original 12 members to 30 member states today. This expansion has extended the alliance's security umbrella eastward, encompassing countries formerly part of the Soviet Union's sphere of influence. The most recent additions to NATO, Finland and Sweden joined the alliance in 2023 and 2024 respectively. NATO's primary mission is to safeguard the freedom and security of its members through political and military means. The alliance's collective defense commitment is backed by a robust military force, with the United States playing a pivotal role as the alliance's most powerful member. NATO's strength lies in its collective defense commitment, its advanced military capabilities, and its global reach. The alliance boasts a combined military force that dwarfs that of Russia, with the United States alone accounting for a significant portion of global military spending. The U.S. military's technological superiority, particularly in areas such as air power, missile defense, and intelligence gathering, is a significant asset to the alliance. NATO also benefits from the combined military expertise and resources of its European members, many of whom have long and distinguished military traditions. NATO's global reach extends beyond the Euro-Atlantic region, with the alliance having conducted operations and missions in various parts of the world, including Afghanistan, the Balkans, and Libya. This global experience has provided NATO with valuable insights into conducting complex military operations in diverse environments. Moreover, NATO's commitment to collective defense acts as a powerful deterrent against potential adversaries. The knowledge that an attack against one member will be met with a swift and decisive response from the entire alliance serves to discourage aggression. Despite its strengths, NATO faces a number of challenges and vulnerabilities. One significant concern is the uneven defense spending among its members. While the United States has consistently met the alliance's target of spending 2% of GDP on defense, many European members have fallen short of this benchmark. This disparity in defense spending has raised concerns about burden sharing within the alliance, with the United States often bearing a disproportionate share of the costs of collective defense. The issue of burden sharing has been a recurring source of tension between the United States and its European allies. Another challenge facing NATO is the rise of internal divisions, particularly regarding the alliance's response to Russia's actions in Ukraine. While NATO members have generally been united in their condemnation of Russia's aggression, there have been disagreements over the extent to which the alliance should provide military support to Ukraine. Furthermore, the untested nature of Article 5 in a major conflict raises questions about its credibility. While NATO has invoked Article 5 in response to the 9/11 terrorist attacks, it has never been tested in a full-scale conflict with a major military power. The Russian Federation, a legacy of military strength and resilience. Russia inherited a formidable military from the Soviet Union, emphasizing power and resilience. Despite post-Soviet turmoil, Russia maintains a potent force, projecting power globally. Nuclear deterrence remains central to Russia's military doctrine. Recent modernization includes hypersonic missiles and advanced tanks. Investments in electronic warfare systems are significant. Russia employs hybrid warfare, combining military force, cyber attacks, and disinformation. This strategy was evident in Crimea and eastern Ukraine. Russia's vast geography and history of resilience bolster its military strength. The Russian people have a proud military tradition, enduring and emerging stronger. Advantages of the bare nuclear arsenal and hybrid warfare capabilities. Russia's primary military advantage lies in its vast nuclear arsenal, which is comparable in size to that of the United States. This nuclear deterrent serves as the ultimate guarantor of Russia's security, deterring any large-scale attack by NATO. Russia's nuclear doctrine emphasizes the use of nuclear weapons in response to not only a nuclear attack, but also to a conventional attack that threatens the very existence of the Russian state. In addition to its nuclear arsenal, Russia has also invested heavily in modernizing its conventional military capabilities. The Russian military has made significant strides in developing advanced weaponry, such as hypersonic missiles, which are difficult to intercept and pose a significant threat to NATO's air defenses. Furthermore, Russia has proven to be adept at waging hybrid warfare, employing a combination of conventional military force, cyber attacks, disinformation campaigns, and economic coercion to achieve its strategic objectives. Russia's hybrid warfare capabilities were on full display in its annexation of Crimea and its support for separatists in eastern Ukraine. These hybrid warfare tactics allow Russia to operate below the threshold of conventional warfare, exploiting vulnerabilities in NATO's defenses and sowing discord among its members. Challenges facing Russia: economic sanctions and strategic missteps. Despite its military strengths, Russia faces a number of challenges that could hinder its ability to prevail in a prolonged conflict with NATO. One significant challenge is the impact of Western economic sanctions, which have been imposed on Russia in response to its actions in Ukraine. These sanctions have targeted key sectors of the Russian economy, including its energy, financial, and defense industries. While the full impact of these sanctions is still unfolding, they have already taken a toll on the Russian economy, contributing to a decline in GDP, a depreciation of the ruble, and a rise in inflation. Moreover, Russia's military intervention in Ukraine has exposed weaknesses in its military planning and execution. While the Russian military has made some gains in eastern Ukraine, it has also suffered significant losses and encountered stiffer than expected resistance from Ukrainian forces. These setbacks have raised questions about the effectiveness of Russia's military modernization program and its ability to sustain a prolonged military campaign against a determined adversary. Flashpoints and escalation key events, shaping the geopolitical landscape. The geopolitical landscape in Eastern Europe has been reshaped by a series of events that have heightened tensions between NATO and Russia. The most significant of these events is the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, which began with Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 and escalated into a full-scale invasion in 2022. The Ukraine conflict has brought NATO-Russia relations to their lowest point since the Cold War, with both sides accusing the other of aggression and provocation. The conflict has also led to a significant military buildup on both sides of the border, increasing the risk of miscalculation and escalation. Another significant development is the accession of Finland and Sweden to NATO. Both countries, historically neutral, were prompted to join the alliance in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Their membership further strengthens NATO's presence in the Baltic Sea region, a strategically important area that borders Russia. These events have exacerbated tensions between NATO and Russia, creating a volatile security environment with the potential for miscalculation and escalation. Looking ahead, potential scenarios and the imperative of diplomacy. Predicting the outcome of a hypothetical war between NATO and Russia is a complex and uncertain exercise. The outcome of such a conflict would depend on a multitude of factors, including the specific circumstances of the conflict, the willingness of both sides to escalate, and the potential involvement of other actors. However, it is clear that any direct military confrontation between NATO and Russia would be catastrophic, resulting in immense loss of life and widespread destruction. The use of nuclear weapons, even on a limited scale, would have devastating global consequences. Given the high stakes involved, it is imperative that both sides prioritize diplomacy and de-escalation. Dialogue, arms control agreements, and confidence-building measures are essential for reducing tensions and mitigating the risk of conflict. The focus must remain on finding a peaceful resolution to the current crisis in Ukraine and on establishing a more stable and predictable security architecture in Europe. The alternative is a conflict that no one can win, and that could have catastrophic consequences for humanity.